What started as a simple survival challenge turned into something I still can't explain. A few months ago, I recorded myself building a base in a ravine, but as I reviewed the footage, I noticed something strange. Something that shouldn't have been there. At first, I thought it was just a glitch, but the longer I watched, the more unsettling it became. This is the story of what I encountered, a glitched Steve, or perhaps something far worse. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? So, I started off by going down my stairs, putting some new iron in the furnace, and looking out my window to the dark sky. Nothing much was happening now. I just picked up my iron, got the achievement, and I started waiting for more to smelt. Grabbed my last piece of iron, and made a bucket. After I made that bucket, I decided to go to the ocean because, well, I needed water. Now you might be wondering, why would I need a water bucket of all things? Well, it's quite simple. I needed to get down to that cave somehow, and the only thing I could think of is, well, a little water fountain thing. Now, this is the part where I am going down to the cave to place the water. I place it, I get the first achievement because, believe it or not, I have never touched a single block of water in this entire world, at all. So, after I got down, I looked around just to see my surroundings, and I went for any ores I could find that would be useful. After a bit of exploring the cave, I found a missing chunk. Now, when I was reviewing the footage, I noticed that when I went down to the cave, that chunk was still there. Either something came in and, well, deleted it, or the game was just bugging out. I honestly couldn't tell you. I didn't know. I just disregarded it, started grabbing some cobblestone for building blocks. That's what I always do in all my survival worlds. And I just went on with my day. When I decided it was a good time to get out of there, I just made a simple water elevator. Simple, but kind of effective. Could have been worse. Now, things here on out are going to start getting a bit strange. Something a normal Minecraft player would not expect. There's just a random chunk in the middle of the field. I have no idea how it got there or where it came from, but whatever was happening, I certainly was not alone, because from my knowledge of playing Minecraft, chunks don't just move like that. And you might be thinking, that hole, that chunk above floor, that's just the same chunk. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but that chunk did not have trees on it. The chunk that you saw above land, that was a completely different chunk out of my world. That was not from the seed that I had in. Now, as you can see, I am currently walking towards the chunk. I was very confused at the time. I didn't know what was happening. Maybe it was a game glitch, or it was something entirely different. I couldn't tell you. All I know was there was just a missing chunk and a giant one on top of land, and the curious person I am decided to go and explore it. Was this a good idea? Probably not. Now, when I got up here, you'd expect something like Steve heads, redstone dust to be light around, or maybe an entity to show up. But no, it was completely normal. There was nothing up there. And then in the far distance, I saw a missing piece of water. Now, when I saw this, at the beginning I thought it was just some game bugs. I didn't think much of it. But then when I saw that chunk of water just gone, I started getting a feeling that I was not alone. As you can see, when I got to this area, the entire chunk was just deleted. There was nothing there. It went all the way down to the void. And honestly, I don't know how it got there. I don't know why it poofed, but it's just gone. So, after I saw that, I started to go back to my little cave house thing, or whatever you call it, and just continue my gameplay. But as these anomalies kept on happening, more weird things happened. For example, as you can see on screen, the stairs, they were sideways. My bed cut in half. My chest flipped sideways. You could see the inside of it. All of the mechanics were normal. However, the bed being split like that, it acted as two. And my furnaces were flipped. So, when I was done smelting my ores, I went over to that missing chunk to check it out. I found nothing, so I went back down to my cave house, and this is the first time I saw it. Here's the footage. This is when it began to appear several other times. As you can tell, I was quite freaked out. I didn't know what to think of this. I mean, there was an entity right in front of me, staring at me. I ran, and I was scared. Now, when I thought I wasn't being chased anymore, I looked behind me. And, of course, nothing was there. It was just me. So, I just went back to my base. And now, here you might think YouTube lagged, or my game lagged, or internet problems. That was my game. Because what you're about to see is unbelievable. The entire row of chunks was just removed in the split of a second. There is no explanation to how this occurred, but I know that this was not just some game glitch. This was an entity messing with me. This was not normal. When I was done exploring the nearby area, what I saw freaked me out. There it was, a Steve, but corrupted almost. Missing textures. It was just broken. But the weird thing is, it was just standing there, staring, not doing anything. I tried to attack it, like any other logical player would, but of course, it didn't take any damage. I kept on looking at it because I just couldn't think of anything to do. I mean, the thing was literally just standing there. But then, this happened. my game just glitched out. I didn't even see that glitch in the gameplay itself. I only saw that when editing this video. Whatever it was, it had control over not only the server, but my client as well. So after this encounter, I got so scared I just left the world. I deleted it shortly after, so I can't tell you what the seed was. I was too scared to even look. But for all I know, if you see this entity in your world, or you see chunks disappearing, that's a sign that you should probably leave and not return. This is how I encountered the glitched Steve.